Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Poor Choices. Right now, I am starting the podcast off by myself, but Tugs is coming. She is going to be here. She's just booting up her computer. So I thought I would come on time because I got to be punctual. Gotta show I'm not a boomer completely. And say hi to the chat. So we got a couple people here. We got JS Pena, Shield Wall. What's up? I'm tired but caffeinated, so I am struggle bossing it to feel awake, but I think I'm okay. I think I'm doing okay. Hope you guys are doing well. We also got Frank here. Nick S read the stream title. Women can never be satisfied. What else needs to be said? That's the show everyone buy. Yes. So today's topic, we're actually going to talk about The Bachelor. We hinted about that last week and talk about some of the controversies that happened with Zach's season of The Bachelor. And now I didn't watch The Bachelor, but I've heard a couple little inklings here and there about what has happened with the show. Because as with every year, it is just full of controversy. Controversy, that's a word, right? So yeah. I'm hinting about this. I do think that there are some women that can be satisfied, but if we're talking about a generalization about the majority, can women be satisfied? I don't know. Shield Wall here says, I ain't no quitter. I like that. I like that spirit in you, Shield Wall. I love it. And Sahil, you are so correct. I gotta give you a little clap for that. Modern women can never be satisfied. I was trying to choose between two different titles for today's show, and I mean this was one of them, obviously, and the other one was let me find it. What did I send to Tugs? Ooh, let's see. Women's happiness is a moving goalpost. Speaking of the devil, hello. What's up?
StreamYards logged me out. I have access to nothing back here. Just a heads up.
Okay, well, don't worry. Okay, bye, Tugs. Oh no, I have no idea what happened. She might have just exited the chat by accident. Oh no, we've lost Tugs. She'll be back. Cajun Corey, hello. Who else did we got here in the chat? We got Andrew Matthews, Hokies, Jay, Nomi. Hi, Nomi. Had a nice chat this weekend on the member stream. That was really fun. Brother Rudlock, hello. We got Wayne here as well. Wayne Floyd. Denice Gamer. Ooh. X-Ray, can I share some memes on Instagram? Don't use Twitter. Of course, you can always share memes. I like memes. I used to love memes. I used to love going on and just searching for memes and showing them to people. I haven't done that in a long time. I usually just share them to stories, but you know. Hello, John. Hello, Cool Gamer. And I mean, Tugs will be back, I believe. Hi, Steven, Tim, Garrett's here. Wow, tits and ray guns. And we have a returning Tugs who's about to rant about her. Oh, you fixed it.
I fixed it. I'm also considering on unaliving some people, but it's fine.
I honestly, when you came into the room, all I could see was you be like,
"Oh my! I'm
ready to kill
unalive everybody." Face, yeah.
In Minecraft. In Minecraft. So this is Tugs. I'm X-Ray Girl. Welcome to Poor Choices. Sip and chill. Although I am only sipping on water. Vegas is coming up, so I cannot drink too much. Plus, this weekend is my birthday.
Yeah.
So I gotta get. Well, I'm trying to be skinny for that too. Hello, Mikey Gussler. What's up?
Are you gonna party on your birthday? You're gonna have wine on your birthday?
Oh yeah. From morning till evening, I am going to be drinking from 10 a.m. I'm gonna get some champagne and make Warhammer little models with Max. He doesn't have to drink because it's like 7 a.m. where he is. But I'm gonna have mimosas. Well, mimosas meaning champagne. I'm not gonna have any orange juice. It's not keto friendly. So yeah, it'll be good. So I did pull up an article. Now, I personally have not watched The Bachelor this season. Have you watched the entire season of The Bachelor?
Almost. I actually was just watching this episode before this stream because I hadn't seen it yet. It's because I read the article and I was like, oh my God, that's awful. And I watched the episode. And I don't know if you're pulling up the article I sent you or not, but this article makes it sound like it was just crazy thing between these women, and it really wasn't that bad. And so I have questions. But also Zach's
Which
kind
article?
of a tool. The Evie. Which one are you pulling up?
Oh, it's definitely not the Evie one. Okay.
Oh, that's okay. That's fine.
Can you put it back in the chat? I don't know
find it, yeah.
Oh,
But you can pull up the other one. That's fine.
Well, it's just 5 things that he did on the season. It's mostly stuff about Gabby. Now, I don't know many of the contestants. I don't even know who he ended up with.
Oh, I do. Spoilers. I won't do for spoilers for people who haven't seen it yet, but I saw a spoiler and I'm sad about it.
Oh, oh, wait, we're not actually at the finale yet.
No, I haven't watched the finale yet, but I know the spoiler and I know what happens to the girl that doesn't win. I'm going to tell you this right now. The girl that doesn't win, I saw this on TikTok and I was so mad for her. The limo pulls up on the beach where they're at, and how they get out and they're in heels and they're in their rose tire. Yeah, for the proposal. The girl that does not get proposed to. And they pull up into mud. And she gets out of the car and like steps in mud. Like not a lot, but steps in the mud. And you could see it all over her face. And she knew exactly why they did that. She knew. She flat out says to the producers off camera, she's like, hey, there's mud here, just so you know. When it really matters and this other girl comes, you might want to not pull up here. Like she was just on the verge of an absolute breakdown. You could see it all over her face. She knew the minute she stepped in that mud that she didn't win. She knew a minute because they treated her so poorly. I was like, I've never seen them do that before. That was awful. I felt so bad for her. Anyway, team second girl, for those of you who watched it, love her. That's a whole other story.
Oh my. That's sad. That's sad.
Yeah.
Well.
Anywho.
Oh. Yeah, so just send the article, or if you want, you can share it. Either or works for me. But I have fallen off the Bachelor train. I feel like the whole diversity pandering has become kind of annoying.
Oh, it's so annoying.
I think that love, it doesn't matter what you like or don't like. You know, you're attracted to whoever you're attracted to. So I think I like that they're maybe pulling people who are open to more different races, backgrounds, and all that. But the women they pick and then the men they pick are so vastly different. They got like the A-list of men, and the women.
So these girls are crazy. Oh, I will say this season, you should watch it if you get time. Save for these last couple of episodes, which have just gone completely off the rails a little bit. The girls they're all, for the most part, you got nurses, you got teachers, you got like actual, for once, which is very rare, girls that have actual careers, which is interesting. And Zach has a no nonsense to like
policy.
The minute he gets a whiff of any drama at all whatsoever, it doesn't matter whose fault it is.
You're cut.
They're gone. These girls are gone. It's wild. I was like, dang. And I
it's like him. Michelle. She just
gone.
Nipped that in the butt right away.
Yep. He's level-headed, like for the most part. These last 2 episodes, and it's Fantasy Suite week. Everything usually goes off the rails this week or that week. But anyway, so yeah, Zach, if you get a chance, I think you would really enjoy it. Like this feels like the olden days.
Okay, well, if you're saying it, I think we can trust that. I think we can trust that. So if I have time, I'm definitely gonna do it.
We took that. It was really good, and kudos to Zach for 99.9% of it keeping a level head and getting rid of these girls. And yeah, and the group of girls, like they get along well for the most part. Like it's almost weird.
I kind of like that because you know that phrase that actions speak louder than words. You know, a lot of the guys and girls say, I really want to find my husband or my wife, and I want them to be, you know, a good person. So if you are inherently starting drama, are you a good person to have around to keep you from not pulling your hair out? I don't think so. So whoopsies. Anyway, so what is this? We have the Bachelor Fantasy Suites hot take. I'm disappointed that women can't respect a guy who's trying to respect them.
So this is the article that came out the beginning of April, which I guess I don't know how far behind I am. I think I'm only like a week or two maybe behind, but from the end of the show. BB, if he pops in here, probably can tell me, but not very far behind. So this article dropped, and I was like, well, I gotta read it, even though it's spoilers. So I'm just gonna kind of read it a little. And we don't have to read all of it, but basically what it is all the Bachelor fans saw what a train wreck Fantasy Suites week was, but was it all Zach's fault? I think the reaction of the women had a big effect on how things played out. I want to preface this article by saying I actually like the group of the girls from this season. In general, they were drama free and had a great bond with each other, which is what I was just saying. Like, I'm dead serious. These girls were awesome. Kudos to all these ladies. Anyway, for those of you who are confused or need a recap of how the show ended, Zach went into the week of Fantasy Suites with the stated expectation of no sex. He flat out is like, no, we're not doing that. Like, I know there's a reputation, but I don't want to do that. He told the host at the beginning of the show that he thought a lot about the week and he really wanted to avoid unnecessary drama and heartache, which all comes with Fantasy Suites. He wanted to save sex for the woman that he proposed to so he could respect her and the women he sent home. Unfortunately, things did not go as planned. By the time he proposed to, there's the spoiler, it's fine. Proposed to Katie, he had taken steps back in their relationship as well as hurt both Gabby and Ariel. This shirt is something.
It's very colorful.
It's happening. I'm gonna buy that shirt.
So before we continue, I like how he kind of went into the show, or at least that week, with that everyone knows there's an expectation with Fantasy Suites that there might be sexual relations, and with multiple people. The girls know, the guys know, the host knows, the production knows, everyone knows. I'm sure there's like little condoms just like sitting on the bedstand, waiting for them. Because, alone time, what are humans going to do, especially in this modern age, right? Yeah. You've built up all this anticipation. I want to say I really respect what he said. I didn't see what he said, but because even the words, I love you, can trigger the contestants. He said, I love you to you. He said, I love you to you.
Oh, yeah.
Or what, when they get their first kiss? Oh, I haven't been kissed yet this entire time. Because there's judgment, right? It shows how far your relationship has advanced. And I think the fact that he's saving himself in a sense for his one person, I respect that. I value that. I would love if my husband did that, especially if dating multiple people. Yeah. Like in that position. Sorry. Mark does that. Let me just be clear.
Mark's like, hey, we're going on this fantasy suite to these random girls.
His ears perk up. What? So anyways, that's just my thoughts on his decision. Yeah. I like that a lot.
And he for those who remember when we talked about the Bachelorette with the two girls, Zach was on their season when it was the two girls at the same time, and I liked him. He was level-headed. He was a little bit more, he's from Texas, so he's a little bit more conservative leaning, not necessarily in politics. It's never really explicitly stated. We can assume so, but he's more conservative leaning in the sense that he wants that more traditional family. He comes from a traditional home, that kind of thing. And so it was interesting when they picked him as the Bachelor. I was like, oh my God, how's this going to go?
But anyway, pretty boring in my opinion. I mean, he had a sweet story, but he was so vanilla.
Yeah.
But I guess vanilla's good for this season.
He opens up a lot, and he gets more personality in this. And I think they were doing that on purpose on The Bachelorette, just to kind of keep him under the radar, to be honest. But all the girls that he's got on his show for the most part, except for the drama queens, there's just a couple of them. But not many, and they all fit very well, like with his mindset. So it's very interesting. But anyway, so it says the women didn't. This is an EV article, by the way, for those of you who didn't catch that. The women did not take well to Zach confessing that he wanted to save sex for his fiance. All of them were surprised and wished that he would be intimate with him or with them. Having this reaction made Zach question his decision and eventually convinced him to change his mind. He was ready to set boundaries so that when the show's over, he wouldn't have regrets watching the week play out on TV with his fiance, but the women had different opinions. On his overnight date with Ariel, he explained his position to her at dinner, and her reaction on camera was disappointment. Going into the date, she said during interviews, sex was important to her to know for sure if the connection is there. When Zach told her how he felt, he said she understood, but she said she understood, but was disappointed. She said, I feel like if you set the standard before, like I'm definitely not going to sleep with you, you probably will by saying no. I don't even know what that means. Then during interviews with the producers before overnight stay, she said, we'll see what happens. Though challenging, he kept his word and did not sleep with her. Now, he ends up sleeping with Gabby. Gabby expressed her insecurities with Zach on their date, and you could tell she was apprehensive about avoiding sex. She actually slightly mocked him during interviews, maybe unintentionally, and laughed at his decision, saying, I guess he won't be test driving anything. Zach says he's not having sex, but I don't know, maybe we will. She told him she never thought she'd get engaged to someone without having sex first. And they ended up having sex. So we read this article and you're like, oh my God, these girls, that's awful. Like, why can't you respect these boundaries? What a double standard, this and that and the other. And that's what I figured we would be talking about tonight. But instead, we're going to switcheroo it because as somebody who just watched the episode, this article, at least in my opinion, makes these girls sound a little bit more villainy than they actually were. Like, yes, they were disappointed, but Ariel was like, you know what? We're going to do it. They cuddled all night. They were up all night talking. She was like, oh my gosh, your sleeping positions are so cute. Like, you have separate, like, it was a really cute, intimate thing. They both woke up in their pajamas. It was really cute. Gabby was a little bit more pushy about it. Her comes from, and she on that date, on their date, she completely like loses it a little bit. And
oh, was that before she found out about the sex thing?
Yes, before during the date, she kind of loses it a little bit, and just her insecurities just take over, and she just cries, and she opens up, and she's like, you know, I got the second date, and that just made me flash back to when I was the second choice with my ex-boyfriends, and blah 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 blah, like all this stuff. So she was super in her head, and then he kind of later on he tells her about that, and they go in, and he says they both decided as adults that they were going to sleep together to further their relationship. Personally, I think her insecurities got in the way, and she pushed him a little. What killed me about all of that was his last date is with Katie, who we know from this article he ends up picking. He decides that he's feeling so guilty, which he should because he broke his word. He's feeling so guilty, it's eating him away, that he goes back to Gabby and he tells her, he's like, I'm going to be honest with the other girls that I was intimate, kind of thing. You know, I have to be honest, like my guilt is getting the better of me. I broke my word, blah, 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 blah. And like, he's super upset and broken up about it. So he tells Katie on their date that he had this plan to not have sex during the fantasy suites because that's what everybody does. And I'm not going to do that out of respect for everybody, blah, blah, blah. But he faltered and he slept with one of the women. He doesn't name names, but it's not hard to deduce, right? You just go to the women and go, was this you? And Ariel, of course, is going to be like, oh no, that wasn't me. And Gabby will probably avoid the question, right? Because she's feeling nervous. Right. It's not hard to figure it out. So she'll figure it out later. But of course, she's blindsided. She's very upset. She's like, I went into this knowing that was going to happen, but knowing now that it wasn't a possibility, and then all of a sudden it was a possibility, makes it worse. And I have to agree with her. Like, that's worse to me. You went through with this rule. You kept it once, but for whatever reason, Gabby tripped your trigger. And what are you going to do with me now? Now the pressure's on me. Do I make you keep your word so you're not feeling guilty later on after the final rose when you're watching this back and you could show mommy and daddy that you were a good little boy? Or do I sleep with you because Gabby slept with you and that makes me less competition? Like, her poor Katie, why she said yes to him, I can't wait to find out because
ooh, I see what you mean now. I see what you mean that the girls were villainized before.
Yeah, I was fully prepared to come in here and be like the double standards, this and that and the other. And this article, like I can see where the article is coming from because they were just like, you could see it. They're like, oh, okay. But that's kind of cool, you know. But then he just blindsided poor Katie. And I'm like, and he goes, I need to build this relationship of honesty. And do you need to? I don't know. In that situation, I don't know.
It's so worse. Sticky because we'll never know because we're never going to be in that situation. Knock on wood. I don't ever want to be in that situation ever, where I'm dating multiple people on reality television. Also, that means I have to get a divorce. But what would you do? Honestly, after hearing this, my respect level for Zach
Yeah.
plummeted. Now, I have to see what Gabby said to him to convince him
Right.
to sleep with him, because obviously we're not going to know the whole story. Just from that episode alone, my judgment has shifted, and I think he has a lot to blame, but Gabby also has a lot on her shoulder too,
Right.
because even if you're spiraling and your emotions are getting over you, having him break that promise,
Right.
is that the type of person you want to be with? Is that the
Right.
type of person you
Yeah.
can like uh, if they ended up together, not of course they didn't, I would never want to be with him, because you said that you were going to not do this. Now, how do I know you're going to be faithful?
Right. Well, and that's the thing too. Like Smile said, what else is he gonna break? And here's the thing. Here's the thing, though, Andrew. This is where I'm caught up on this. Caught up on this is everybody knows you have sex in the fantasy suites. We all know this. We all know this. So the girls, and Katie even says this. She's like, I knew that it was going to happen. Right? She knew in the back of her head. It being there in person, of course, you still get upset and like it hurts. We get that. But she knew, right? Ariel was fully expecting. Gabby was fully expecting. Katie was fully expecting. America watching was fully expecting, right? Everybody to be intimate. That's what happens. Those are the rules, kind of thing. So she knew in the back of her head that he was probably going to sleep with them. And it was kind of like, okay, I can deal with that because that's what happens. Do I agree with it? Yes or no? It doesn't matter. But the fact that he goes out of his way to be like, well, I wasn't going to, but then that makes it so much
But
worse to me.
yeah,
Like, he should have just left it. Like, yep, I was intimate with the women and left that first part out. At least at first. I don't know. I mean, because later, of course, when you watch the episode back on the final rose, you're going to find out that he made that promise. It was going to backfire anyway. So he's really stuck in a rock and a hard place. But it's
he
like,
put himself
what?
there. That's the worst part. Maybe he should
Yeah.
have just kept it in his mind. Just
Yeah.
like
Or
in
told
case.
them on the date, like after when the cameras are off or something. I don't know. Because they could close the door at any point, right? In the fantasy suites, and the cameras will leave. Like that's the signal. You close the door. No, oh, let's talk more. Bye, cameras. Click. And he goes, okay, listen, this is what I have. Are you okay with staying, or do you want to go back to your hotel? And they could have done that off camera.
Do you think that this was him trying to create this image that he feels that he is, and that he failed to, obviously? Do you think that he felt, I need to do this so that I have accountability? I feel like that was why he told the cameras.
I mean, maybe. Yeah, that could be. Excuse me, neighbors. The to tell the cameras that way you have, like, it's kind of like when you are wanting something, you write it down, you make a checklist or whatever. I mean,
now
maybe.
it's out there. You can't.
Yeah.
I can't go back.
Yeah.
And
And
guess what? It's harder than you think. That's all
I
she
fully
said.
believe that he had that absolute intention, because he didn't sleep with Ariel. He did not.
Mm-hmm.
So, and he does not, as far as I can tell, at least from what I saw in the episode, he does not sleep with Katie either. So Gabby was the only one. Why? Is that because in his mind he already knew he wasn't going to pick her, and so he's like, I'll just hit it and quit it?
I mean, we'll never know. We'll never know. But the other thing is, maybe he felt at that moment that you're the one for me, and I want to reassure you.
And that could very well be, because she was very upset. All the insecurities, we've all been there. She's like, I was the second date, and that means I'm second chosen, even though I know that's ridiculous, and that's not how you did that, blah, 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 blah. And he has to really comfort her on the date, which is good. They had their first kind of like girl loses her mind sort of thing. And they made it through. So maybe it was that lingering pressure in the back of his head, like, she's not going to believe me unless I do this. I don't know.
And maybe once he did it, he was like, is that the type of person I want to be with that pressures me into this type of stuff?
Yeah. It's so weird, because then you're coming to Katie, and it's like, do I want to say yes to somebody that does that? I mean, yeah, everybody makes mistakes, but these are little things you have to think about in the back of your head too.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We're not villainizing him. I think that
No.
he had a moment of weakness, and I mean, I can't relate in that situation, but I'm sure everyone has said that they were not going to do something and they ended up doing it, or vice versa.
Yep.
I'm still ready to crucify the women, though.
I was too. I was like, oh, these women are going down.
And that's the other thing. A man being pressured in sex. I am not a fan that people. If this were actually true, where the women pressured him into having sex, they will never, at this point, get in trouble for something like that.
Oh yeah.
Because of the way that our society works.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I will only say this for Gabby then. Whatever tactics she used, whether she was aware of it or not.
Right. Yeah.
I'm not. I don't agree with that. You know, I get it. It's emotional. It's hard to date multiple people at once. You go into it knowing this. I understand that. But you can't guilt someone for knowing your situation.
Oh, facts. Yeah, it's a rock and a hard place.
Yeah. Andrew says he was very
so we
in
have
the
to be honest. But at the same time, if he hadn't said it on camera and it was just like a thing that he told the women behind closed doors and they were
it wouldn't
either
have been
okay
a
with it or they
thing.
weren't, I think that would be, I don't know. It just is like, it's so much worse. You made this promise and that would have been cool. And now I have to think about how you were not going to and then you did. And I don't know.
I kind of wish that he ended up with Gabby, because then it would have at least been very like, I feel bad for Katie. Is it Katie?
Mm-hmm. Katie.
Because she has to know that this will follow her for at least a year.
Yeah. And I wonder what's going on in her head too, you know.
I feel like if he didn't admit it, I will give him this. If he did not admit it and it came out on the season, oh, heads would be rolling.
Yeah. So,
heads would be rolling. I also wonder, when it was just the two contestants, did he sleep with her, Gabby, or no? We don't know.
What do you mean?
Went down to the two. I wonder, and they had their fantasy suites.
Oh, you mean the final? I haven't gotten there yet. I have no idea.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just know the fantasy suite with the three of them. That's Ariel, Gabby, and Katie. And he sleeps with Gabby, does not sleep with Ariel and Katie.
Yeah. It's not his fault. She needs counseling and to find her security, not in a relationship. But it's not her fault that he wasn't able to keep his word and gave into her. Mm-hmm. I definitely agree with that. They're both in the wrong. And I hope this is a learning lesson for all of them. I'm quite sure Zach learned his lesson. I'm quite sure.
He seemed really torn up about it, to be honest. We'll see how he does next, because I got to watch the final episode still.
Yeah.
But this episode, like afterwards, it was all sunshine and rainbows. And then once he got to his hotel room and realized he still had one more day left, he kind of was like, oh, crap.
shoot. Why?
Yeah.
I can just imagine him. He's like doing this.
Wow. Really?
With himself.
But yeah, stick to your words, okay? If he didn't say it on camera and told them off, you can bet they would all have talked.
Oh, absolutely. It would have come out at some point.
Yeah. I guess we never know for sure if it would have come out to the public, though.
Yeah.
It might have just been kept between the girls.
Well, I mean, the girls would have talked, though, at some point. You know?
Maybe. I don't know. When it gets to that point, I feel like a lot of the girls are very guarded about what happens on fantasy suite nights. Oh my gosh. Did they make them room together?
The girls?
Yeah, for this week. You know how like they did that for Hannah and Victoria?
No, I didn't notice.
Okay, good.
I think they're in the same villa, but they have separate rooms.
Good. I always thought it was horrible that they made them room together after like fantasy. Like, excuse me. It's hard enough dealing with all these emotions. I would not want to deal with that. Andrew Matthews, member for 8 months, message says he just tripped and fell on her repeatedly. Has anyone ever tried that on you? I've only heard it in shows, but I'm waiting for the day I've actually hear someone actually doing that in real life.
Tripping and falling.
Yeah. It's Chewy for 5 says, how's it going, Tugs? And I will say this X-ray is looking oh so sexy. Houston, Texas is in the house. Thank you. Thank you. It's
Thank you,
good.
Jimmy.
It's good. We're good. We're talking about one of our favorite. Well, I'd say this is my number one reality show, even though I don't watch it anymore. Still number
The
one.
season's really good. I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
hmm
I think
And
you'll
it
like
means Paradise is coming up soon. Then, right after this.
Yeah, I think that's next. I don't know if they've announced the new Bachelorette either. I know
Ooh.
nothing. Let's look.
Well, we will have to see what ends up happening. But this was interesting to kind of hear about something I never anticipated with the show.
Mm-hmm.
Back in Caitlin's season, there was the whole controversy having sex with Nick super early on, getting crucified for it. She really opened up the doors for people to be able to talk about this.
Yeah. Charity is the new Bachelorette. Oh, I like her.
Can you show here?
I liked her a
Charity
lot.
Bachelorette. Let's see if we can find a picture of her. Charity Lawson?
Yeah, I got it.
Oh, perfect. Okay. Oh, she's beautiful.
Yeah, she's real sweet. I liked her a lot.
How old is she?
27.
27.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
She's a child and family therapist. Like all these girls this time around have like decent careers. It was weird.
Not just influencer or what else? What else have I seen that was like just absolutely so silly?
Dog walker.
Dog walker. Although I will say,
or no,
dog
was it
walkers,
dog lover? Dog lover, I think it was. Like,
dog walkers make good money, okay?
Dog lover, that's what it was. So yeah, she's sweet. I liked her a lot, but be prepared for all the preaching, I guess. Again,
She's very preachy.
I would imagine she's not, but we'll see what happens when it's her show.
Oh, I guess we'll have to see. All right, so we have some news
We do
to go through.
Oh yeah,
Not about us, okay? Not about us. I don't know which article you had chosen, but I just found a random one.
okay, yeah. Give me 1 second.
Okay.
Start without me.
Okay, so we have Millie Bobby Brown, who just got recently engaged to Jake Bongiovi. Bongiovi, is that how you say it? Is this like a Bon Jovi thing? Is he like a Bon Jovi relation? This is how much I know about like celebrities. So Millie Bobby Brown, actress, first public when she was 12 years old in Stranger Things, is now 19. Now, keep that in mind. 19 years old. Has been dating her boyfriend, Jake, for years. So on April 11th, 2023, the couple hinted in 2 Instagram announcement posts that they are now engaged. Now, apparently, I don't even know if this is going to be like controversial or anything. Oh, he's his son. Is that how Bon Jovi became a thing because of his last name? Clearly, I don't know much about pop culture. Oh, no. Good night, Smile. Have a good night. So apparently it's like a controversy because she's so young that people are up in arms about it. Like, let me go back to it. She is 19 years old. She is of voting age. In Canada, she's of drinking age. And actually, most of the world, she's of drinking age. It's just in the States that I am aware of. So, yeah, the two were first linked in 2021. So she was, 17? How old is he? How old is Jake? I think he's only a year older than her. Chat, you'll have to know. Let me know. Jake Bon Jovi age. Oh yeah, he's 20 years old. So it's not like he's that much older than her that we're like, oh my God, I gotta be worried about this. So I guess they've been dating for 2 years. And I find it like it's just so crazy that people are so mad about this. Get your nose out of people's business. First,
so mad. I went to the Twitter post from, I don't even know, I shared it on my Twitter from Pop Culture or whatever, and people are so mad. This one girl was like, you're so young, live your life, blah, 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 grow, travel the world, this and that and the other. I'm like, they can do that together. What?
Yeah, I find it confusing. So I never saw the trolls, I guess. So is it all just
I'll pull it up.
people saying they're too young
Mhm.
or she's
Oh,
too
yeah.
young?
Mhm. Hold on. I'll pull it up. Where is it? Where is it?
I guess one of the things that we think of, I'll say about myself, I wanted to be married by 25, babies the year after. Obviously it didn't happen.
Mhm.
And maybe there's a hint of jealousy. I do wonder if the people who are posting under this and hating on it are mostly female or male
Oh,
or
yeah.
both.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. There's a couple of male feminists. This one made us laugh in a dark humor kind of way. She was also 19.
Aw.
We know how that ended. um, so this person responds with, she's younger than me and getting engaged while I'm jobless, and pop-based replies. That person posted it as more of like a
A
what the heck,
joke.
man. You know what? Like, I am jobless and she's getting like, this is not fair. And this person responded with, why are you holding her up as a standard to achieve? Live your life, find yourself first. There's no reason to rush to get engaged or married so young. There's plenty of life left for you to experience. Like, she just went off. This one's defending her. She's not 15 anymore. This one was a really funny joke. What? She's like 11.
Ah! That's good. That's
Where's the one
good.
I replied to? I can't. This one, Katarina was super supportive. To be able to find your true love at such a young age is rare but beautiful. Let me see. Where are my haters at? Of course, now I'm not going to see the haters as I'm looking for them. He's 20. It's fine. I wasn't even allowed to leave my house until I was 20.
That's a
Where
good one.
are they?
That is a
This
good
one's
one.
like, he looks so old.
Well, she has just a very youthful face. She doesn't wear a lot of makeup. It
She's
kind of
so
helps her.
young. Yeah.
Yeah.
This one, good
I
luck.
find it sad that people are inserting themselves into her relationship and being like, you can't get married at this young of an age. Like, calm down. Like, who cares? No
Yeah.
one's going up to you and being like, you are single and childless. Why?
Yeah, it's crazy.
There's
Times
a
have
lot of
changed.
support in
19
this.
is considered immature.
But 19 is considered immature. Like, she grew up with a job since she was 12 years old.
Yeah. I mean,
She
I feel
had
like
to homeschool, likely, school, work, and be organized. And like the people she was interacting with obviously were ranging from kids around her age and the people on set. She was
yeah.
around adults all the time. So
Where's the
I,
one
I
I
think she is
found?
quite mature, even without
Oh, absolutely. Hold on, I'm gonna
even
find the one.
without like knowing her specifically. Now I don't follow her hardcore clearly, but
Yeah, I don't either. I saw it and it was kind of like, it wasn't an obvious engagement announcement. It was, the photo and it just was a Taylor Swift lyric, and so you kind of put two and two
yeah.
together.
I
Um,
loved you 3 summers now, honey. I want them all.
I love that song. Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Okay. This is the one I replied to.
What
Oh,
does
it's
it say?
gone. Oh, you witch.
Oh, you should have
I should've
screenshot it.
screenshot it.
Oh
I wonder if I'm
no.
blocked. And now I'm on the hunt. Let's go see. Can I click on her? Oh, no. Oh, fine. Whatever. Anyway, she just basically said something like, you need to live your life, and I can't believe she's doing this. Like, how stupid, blah, 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 blah.
Why can't she live her life with someone?
I don't know. That's what I said. I'm like, for goodness sakes, they can do all of this together. They can travel the world together. They can grow as people. That's the whole point. Like,
Yeah.
what is going
If she
on?
wants to make a decision to get
Oh,
married,
God.
she can take what decision she needs. And clearly they have found something. They've been together 2 years. That's pretty long in my books.
Yeah.
You should be able to know if you can stand someone for the rest of your life at that age. Now, things may change. You never know. I'm not going to want to put it in a pessimistic view. I think that it's beautiful to have young love. They are going to have babies while she's can get snap right back.
Yeah.
I'm
Oh, yeah.
excited for her for that, and I think that's beautiful because I mean people are prioritizing a lot of stuff. If she wants to get married and have kids, and I don't even know if she wants to stay in Hollywood business, I don't think there's anything in the slate for her as of right now.
I don't know.
And she's going to school as well. So it's not like she's not living life.
It's so funny.
That is insane how many haters that she's getting just for getting engaged.
She is so Mexican for this.
Oh my God. I hope she sticks it out though. Be careful who you love. Exactly. I do think that having someone who kind of understands her situation with work is going to be really helpful. I mean, like I don't know if he's done anything in the public, but being a son of someone who's very public can get that. What does it say? Should have posted in his comments, "Yas, Kingsley," and watch the heads explode.
Oh my God. Maybe I will. Maybe I will.
But I hope they have a good life together. And
I mean, yeah, they've been together a couple of years. She seems to have a good head on her shoulders. So
she seems very smart from the stuff that I've seen. Looking at this, she does look really young in this photo, though. They both look young in this photo.
Yeah. He's going to sprout overnight one day, though.
He's going to fill out. He will fill out like the musculousness. Is that them? God, her hair.
I don't
Not
know.
used to seeing her with hair.
Right?
I didn't think it was her for a second there. Oh my gosh. So there we go. There we go. I hope love prevails. I hope that this shows that you can have young love and make good decisions. And I hope they do last. I really do.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, what's this?
Thank you.
Ooh.
I haven't been on Fortnite in so long. I don't even know. It'll take 3 days to update it.
Oh my God. I think the last time I played Fortnite was with you.
Yeah, it was a long time ago.
Oh, okay. Well, let's see. Do we have any other news that we want to talk about? You did send me one more article here. Wait, or no, this one is an old one. Yeah, this is an old one.
Good point, Jeff. Millie Bobby Brown's situation reminds me of Jamie Lynn Spears, which is Britney Spears' little sister. She had kids really young and has basically been living a normal life. Yeah. I think she's married still, isn't she? Or did they split? I can't remember now.
Let me see. Jamie Lynn Spears married. Married since 2014 to Jamie Watson. Oh my God.
Two Jamies?
Yeah. I actually thought about this today. I was going to post it on Twitter, but I couldn't find my phone. Two weird situations. Could you? Well, I mean, you don't have a very unisex name. So, I mean, I do. I have dated someone with a very similar name, as you know, Tugs. And it felt very weird to say my own name to the person, which is X-Ray Girl, obviously, guys. But I don't think I could do that. Also, could you date someone who had your sibling's name? Yet again, I know. Weird. Or your father's name. Okay, we'll put it. Everyone has a father, right? Or your mother.
My dad's got kind of a girl name, though. It's weird. My dad's name could go either way.
Calling out your own name in bed must be weird. Yep.
My stepmother worked with a woman years ago. Her first name was Holly, and her last name was like something simple, like Johnson or whatever. And she, started dating this guy, and they fell in love, got married, and she changed her last name. And her new last name. This is a real story. Her new last name was Trolley. So she got married, and she was Holly Trolley.
No way. Holly Trolley.
My stepmom was like, "Oh, you were okay with that?" She's like, "Yeah, I like it." Holly Trolley. Holly, if you're listening, kudos to you.
Oh my God.
Hi. You gonna show this chat your bum too? Simcast got a full view of kitty butt.
The butthole.
Yeah. Right.
If my real name was Mark, I mean, I guess it could be Marsha. I always joke that would be Mark's like girl name if he was a girl.
Marsha.
Marcia. Oh my God. We might actually get some kitty butthole here.
We might. Oh my God, know me. This is a good.
Yeah.
But there's so many Juans in your own kind. There's so many. How are you going to avoid them?
Oh my gosh. Actually, I was watching a video about dating preferences and how that is inherently racist. I have a distant relative that married into the Godine family. Her first name was Odine. Odine Godine.
You know what that reminds me of? Julia Gulia.
Oh.
From Wedding Singer. I'm gonna be Julia Gulia.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, the puns.
It's a punny name.
Well, he's the only
What?
Juan.
Not one in a million. You guys are throwing the good puns in the chat right now.
Oh my God. Oh, Lord jeepers.
Yeah. So I was watching a video because Pearl had Nick Fuentes on her channel.
Oh yeah. I don't even know who that guy is.
I don't really know. Anyways, she did the interview with him. I've learned that he is not well liked in the sphere because of his opinions, which is fine. It's fine. Whatever. I don't know these opinions, so I'll get situated at some point. Anyways, in that interview, he said that he only wanted to date his own kind for the look of, his kids.
So weird.
I know, right? Now, I'm of the opposite thought, and I thought this was kind of funny because I don't like to date my own kind because I think they end up looking like my family. Like, I'm always like, you look like my brother. You look like my cousins. That's really weird. I don't know. I can't keep it in the family in that sense. No way. Absolutely not. I don't know. Do you think, because I don't think this is racist, to have a preference on your person you're dating? Do you think it's racist?
No, I don't.
I absolutely do not. I have preferences too.
I prefer white guys.
I prefer non-Asian.
Yeah. I don't think that's a bad thing at all. We all have who we're attracted to. Listen, you have to like and to look at the person you're going to be with the rest of your life until literally the day you die. So if you don't like them, like, don't date them. If they don't look good to you, you probably shouldn't date them.
Yeah,
and that's okay.
I do not think all Asian guys look alike, but a lot of what happens with dating an Asian that I've found, at least for myself, is that they remind me of little things about my family members, and then it turns into an ick.
No, I can see that.
Like, all of a sudden you're talking like my cousin or my brother, or like acting like them, or there's a thing that you do that is like them. I'm like, no, because then like it feels kind of incestual, and I don't want that. I do not want that.
I can see that.
So at least that's for me. So I thought it was kind of funny that I am the opposite of him in his opinions about wanting to date certain races.
Yeah.
But whew, I didn't think it would be so charged. And I mean, like, Pearl took down that video, made an apology, which I never thought she would actually do an apology.
But why? What'd she apologize for? Interviewing him?
Apparently. And I mean, apparently there's legal issues, but more to come at some point. Yes, thank you. I am not from Alabama for...
No, that's Jeremy.
Oh my goodness. So yeah, I mean, this one was a bit of a short one. I didn't know what we were going to expect today, to be honest. I am in all sorts, mentally, physically. Yeah. I'm tired. And today I forgot I was even what topic we had decided.
Like, wait a minute, I'm watching The Bachelor for no reason. Mother chucker.
Nope. It's all good. Tugs did a great job doing the research. You even have popcorn.
I do. I know. It's delicious.
I haven't had popcorn in so long. So
I'm being bad. It's fine.
Keto. It's so hard to stay on sometimes.
It is. And here's the deal. I'm like 80-20, I would say. We're probably about 80-20. I'm looking at him like he knows. But we're about 80-20. So it's okay. And I've been going to the gym every day this week, and I feel good. So
I know. I miss the gym. I'm too busy to even work out. I'm too tired to work out. I'm too busy, too tired. There's too much work right now.
Yeah, I've got a little bit of sore arms going, so I'm kind of like, ugh. But I made myself do it, and it's finally warm here. It was 85 degrees today. It was 90 something yesterday. I'm in my element. I'm so
Yeah.
So,
John Thomas asked, what video did Pearl take down? I'm clueless. She did an interview with Nick Fuentes, which apparently was controversial. I mean, he's a controversial person, so I mean, I don't know who he is.
Apologized for him and took him down, but she didn't do that with Tate. I have questions.
That is actually interesting. I don't know.
Like, why one and not the other?
Well, we'll maybe find out once we know the legal issues that had happened, right? So we have no idea. Yeah. X-ray girl, I believe it. It's like you have 2 jobs or something. It's more than 2 jobs, okay?
She's got like 4.
Yeah, I'm tired, and right now work is so busy that they're like, I don't have my car. They are paying for me to take cabs to and from work so that they can have a body there.
Wow. Well, kudos. But wow, that's wild.
Yeah. Which I was hoping that not having the car was gonna help is working less, but apparently not. When there's a will, there's a way to get me there. So
interesting. That's crazy.
Oh, Nick is very controversial. I guess Cajun Corey knows the deets. Can you pop in the chat why he's controversial? I will say that from the videos that I watch, apparently he doesn't think the Holocaust there's something about the Holocaust, gas chambers, numbers. I don't know specifically, but that was hinted. So.
Oh Lord.
Yep. There we go. He's somehow on the no-fly list.
What? I'm gonna Google
What
this.
did you have to do to get on the no-fly list? Okay, he doesn't believe in race mixing and the Holocaust stuff. So I would like to know specifically what it is. Chat, please let us know. I know about the race mixing and the way he stated it. I can kind of understand it given how I feel about race mixing. I can see it. I don't like it, but I can see it. We're allowed to have preferences. I guess his just is justified in a way that is Ako Taco. D-Day Direwell for 5 says, so you don't know what went down with just poopy things and Nick Fuentes. Nope.
No,
I actually watched a Lauren Chen video, and I have a gist of it, but like it's still not the entire idea, you know?
Okay, so the Daily Beast, and take this with a grain of salt because it's the Daily Beast, but it's the first thing I clicked on. I guess Nick Fuentes advertised his no-fly list as like because he's so political, kind of like Andrew Tate's like, I'm so controversial, that's why they know the Matrix kind of thing. That was really good. Nick Fuentes kind of did the same thing, like, oh, over it, and I am friends with Donald Trump, and that's why they put me. But TSA says that they banned Fuentes from flying because he posed a safety risk to crew members and threatened to strangle flight attendants. Among the evidence submitted to court was a clip from Fuentes' own podcast where he laid out a very specific scenario involving a flight attendant who asked him to put his mask on. The incident went far beyond any normal venting about the modern American commercial flight experience. Quote, let me tell you, I'm going to land and I'm going to get in the airport parking lot and I'm going to wait for you and I'm going to put a mask over your face, your mouth, and your nose. You still need to be wearing the mask even if you can't breathe. Kidding. Oof. Threatening a flight attendant is a felony and could carry a sentence of up to 20 years in prison. So it was basically a preemptive in case he was serious, which, okay. I mean,
he did the threat thing, which I agree is not a good thing to do. I can see why. It makes sense.
Another incident where he tweeted about in December of 2020, where he refused to pull his mask up to cover his nose and got into a verbal altercation with the flight attendant. And the flight attendant supposedly had the plane turn around to go back to the gate because of his attitude.
Question. Whoa. CJ says, having a preference is fine. Wanting to impose on others, kind of problematic. Is he imposing this on others? Like, because I don't know anything about him. Okay. I don't know anything about him.
I think CJ's talking about our, like, having dating preferences.
Yeah.
I could be wrong.
Yeah. That's okay. D-Day says for $2 she downplayed slavery in the U.S.
Oh, I heard something about that. But what does that have to do with Fuentes? Is that why she took the? Was it
maybe
that
during
same
the
interview? Is
interview?
that why she took the video down?
Maybe. Andrew Matthews for £2 British I would give to charity. You mean a charity or a person named Charity? What do you want to give her, Andrew Matthews? Oh gosh.
Well, I was hoping for a news article on this, but it's all YouTube videos, and I don't feel like watching those.
Oh, during the interview. Sorry, during the
Oh,
interview.
it was during the interview. Okay,
Which
well
is
that
not
makes
up
sense.
anymore, so we can't see it.
Yeah, that makes sense. I think it's all over TikTok. I'm just not gonna pull it up because
I'm not on TikTok a lot. I'm not a TikTok. She said people embellish how bad slavery was in the U.S. I think slavery was very bad. Okay, it was very bad.
Yes, but also there's a video Brett Cooper did about this topic where she looked up the actual numbers. Not defending Pearl. It was like 6% of the population that had them. So it's interesting perspective, like having the numbers is very interesting. But yes, people mistreated those people, and that's not good. So no.
Yeah.
It just wasn't the entire country. Like our teachers, I didn't know this. Our teachers lead us to believe that it was the whole country that had them, which is not true.
Yeah.
Which is interesting. But yeah, okay. So that was on the same stream. That's why she took it down. That makes much more sense. Because I'm like, why would she take it down if she doesn't take Tate's stuff down? I'm so confused.
I wonder if that is what got her in trouble. No, probably not. I don't know.
I don't know. Brittany Venti also did a video about her the other day.
Oh gosh, Brittany brings up really good points, and she did a deep dive. The fact that she did 3 weeks of research, I love Brittany. I love her tenacity, her motivation, her drive, because I could not do what she does. Okay, and she literally got caught in a lot of interesting things. Shout out Brittany Venti. If you want to find a good video, you should watch that video. It was very informative. Slavery is evil, but most weren't mistreated.
I've heard this too. Of course, we weren't there, but yeah, I've heard both. This is also a valid point, honestly.
It was all over the world at the time. Why is it only bad when it was in the U.S.? Because we're so selfish. We think the U.S. is the best and biggest and only country out there. My favorite thing to watch is when they go on the street and ask, name 3 countries, not U.S. or Canada.
Ohio.
It's so funny that people cannot think of like 3 countries.
My favorite was the one I saw. Name 3 countries, and she was so confident. She was like, Hawaii.
Oh no. Oh no. I think it's
Hawaii
just
would like to be their own country, but
I'm so embarrassed about how dumb people are.
Yep.
Embarrassed. And you guys want to seem like you're smart? I'm saying generalized. Okay. I'm sure there are smart people within the group. Okay. But the ones that were found on the street that were in those videos out of context and slightly in context are dumb.
Dum-dums.
Did you guys see the Pearly interview with Hotep Jesus? No. Chrissy showed it on Simcast. Pearly really looks like a grifter. She's a grifter. We can say we're all grifters too. We're all to a certain extent. I think she has cracked the grifter code. Because how does a girl from 10,000 subs a year ago, maybe 100,000, I don't know, get to 1.4 million? I think she's at 1.4 now.
What beauty. Oh, I clicked the wrong one. I meant to do this one. Yeah. Proof right here. A man said we were right.
Most of these people have college degrees. That's the crazy part, is going to school does not necessarily make you smart. Going to school makes you a good studier. You can study well. You know how to study material, regurgitate it, and then dump it from your brain.
Yeah.
At least that's how I learned. And to be organized, because I mean, I had a job throughout school too, and it made me good for this job. Cajun says, I saw one where they ask what Obama's last name was, and this person literally thought Obama was his first name.
There was one. There used to be a show that was on every week, and Street Smarts, I think it was called. Loved that show, and it was kind of the same thing. My favorite was one of the ones he did was he showed pictures of people, like historical figures and stuff and Jesus, and not one person could get like
Jesus?
nobody knew who Jesus was when a photo of Jesus or a drawing of Jesus. Very few people could pick out who a certain German dictator was. Nobody even knew at least at the time of the show, like who Hillary Clinton really was. They were just like, "Oh, who is that? I don't recognize her." But everybody could pick out at the time whoever like Jennifer Lopez and whoever was popular at the time.
Pop culture
Really,
is more important to them. D-Day says Pearl is a grifter along with the prominent voices in the Manosphere who all charge ridiculous amounts to just parrot what those who help others for free. Facts. And I mean, I always say this, good for her for getting her channel to where it is today. She's doing very well for herself, very respectable. One thing I don't love about the Manosphere specifically is there's a lot of voices, we'll call them single voices, that don't have a husband or boyfriend, fiance, or whatever your vice versa partner name is, and they're giving dating advice or entertaining dating advice. And I think it's hard to be someone who is at that level in giving advice. And that's why I think the Manosphere, as much as it's very eye-opening, there are things you have to take with a grain of salt.
Mm-hmm. I think it's going to end up leading the opposite direction because these guys, especially Andrew Tate, are encouraging them to basically participate in the behavior that led us all here in the first place.
I think it's going to, if there is continued fueled hate in the Manosphere, it's going to end up being kind of like the feminist movement and go completely off the other end. And then we're going to have two very different sides fighting and be like, no, you're trash. No, you're trash. But I don't know. We'll have to see and observe how it goes. But with the way it's kind of going, it's who knows? Who knows? I don't know. Let us know what you think. Because clearly, every time I talk about dating on my own channel, I get a lot of haters.
Do you?
Yeah.
That's weird.
I know, right?
That's weird.
I know. It's, and I like to try to talk about things in my perspective on what I've seen. And it's hard to toe the line because I'm a very big line tower. I like to remain neutral for the most part. I'm in the middle. I'm not considered a feminist. I'm not considered a I don't know, what would you call it if you're into the red pill? I'm not completely red pill. Same thing with entertainment. Same thing with politics. I'm kind of somewhere in the middle. I think most average people are in the middle. So people get really offended by opinions.
They really do.
They do. Yeah.
Get married at 19. Jeez.
Not enough feet pics. Maybe that's what I should do. I should have my feet up on the camera while talking about relationship stuff. So, yeah. What is this? Meet women at the AutoZone.
Like,
is that an American thing?
It's if he's talking about AutoZone, it's a store where you get like batteries and windshield wipers and filters and stuff for your car.
Oh, so literally an auto car store. Okay. B Bean says no feet, please. Is that the slogan? Get in the zone.
AutoZone. Yeah. Get in the zone. AutoZone.
You know, when I see get in the zone, I think of Britney Spears. Is it in the zone? The song? Want to get in the zone.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's
Maybe
what I think.
You'll have to go back and listen to our Bachelor talk.
Yeah. You came too late. That's what she said. Oh, here. Andamus says people like Rolo, Tomasi, and Rhinestone make the Manosphere a net good. They're very solution-oriented to men's problem as opposed to prescribing an ideology. Interesting you say that. Okay. I know Chrissy has talked to Ryan Stone on her podcast, so maybe we'll have to check out his stuff. We also, so I've been on the prowl. I say the prowl, but it's not really a prowl.
She's prowling.
I'm prowling for possible guests in the future. The next one, if you guys want to know, that I kind of want to get on is Legal Mindset. He has a channel called Going East. believe. Could be wrong. Let me just make sure.
Nomi says, I went to Home Depot today. I didn't meet any guys there. What time did you go? There's a very fine line if you're going to go during the week, Nomi. You have to
If
go
you,
at like
you
the
go to
4:30
Home Depot,
to
you
5
gotta
o'clock
go in the
hour.
morning when
Not
the
during the
contractors.
week. The week, it's all the guys coming out of work. You got to get to that 5 o'clock.
You have to
The
go
weekends
like
are all
during the
dads
daytime.
that are married going because they going on the weekends.
Oh, it's called Go East Gentlemen.
I saw TikTok on it. There was a guy, this girl was like, I'm going to go to Home Depot. I didn't meet anybody, whatever. And he goes, because you're going on the wrong day. He was like, listen, let me tell you. And he was like a 60-year-old.
I'm curious to know about this whole Passport Brothers and a guy's perspective. Mm-hmm.
Going east is going with the Passport Bros.
Yeah. Yeah. Where I'm at, I might as well be in Asia. Are you in like Chinatown in your area, D-Day? Or like, I don't know, Koreatown? I don't know. We have a Koreatown and Chinatown. No, honestly, Bean with Fresh and Fit, I would not be able to stand being in a room with someone so mean. Because
I don't mind the other guy. Myron is so mean. I don't mind the other guy though. What the heck is his name? Is that the Fresh of Fresh and Fit? I don't know.
I don't know who Fresh or Fit is. I just know Myron and the other guy. Yeah. Myron is like he brings up good points, which is fine. I'm fine with that in a very open conversation. But if I want to have this open conversation, we have to do it in a very respectful manner. I don't want you to talk down on me just because you think I'm dumb or stupid. I'm not dumb or stupid. I might say I'm dumb and stupid, but that's a joke. Okay. Yeah. I'm dumb and stupid with Hollywood stuff. But like it just Timon and Pumbaa. You can't have a conversation when they're that rude. Because then that's what's going to start the fights, which is why their channel is so good. I don't mind watching the fights. I think it's very entertaining. I don't want to be the entertainment.
No, I'm good. Thanks.
Thank you. Oh, here. The other guy, Fresh, stutters too much.
Oh, it is Fresh. Okay.
Okay. He's nicer. Are you talking about John Candy film Wagons East? I don't even know that film, so probably not.
Or John. Asking you about a movie.
Yeah. Just know that most movies I haven't watched. But yeah. Meeting women overseas should not be a mail order bride kind of thing. It should be normal dating. It is normal until you watch 90 Day Fiancé. If you haven't watched 90 Day Fiancé, you guys really should. It's very entertaining for a reality television show because it's these people who meet them online and they go meet them in person before the 90 days to see if they have a connection. My favorite is when they can't talk to each other. How they have a connection, no idea. Absolutely no idea. But I mean, good for you. Good for you. And I would hope at least you could speak something together.
Mm-hmm. Oh, no. Listen, CJ. Listen. As a reminder, so are all the other podcasts. Rollo is for guys. Rollo and Michael's Access Vegas thing that they do is geared towards men, but they don't. I don't know. What do I know?
I mean, regardless of if it's for men and women, if I want to be in a room with someone or have continual friendships, relationships, and whatnot, and if we're not on a basis of having banter, I don't want you to speak rude to me. I think that's absolutely disrespectful. Right? Like, of course.
Some of the girls deserve it, though, to be honest.
Some of them do. Yes. And maybe they need a good slap in the face with some words. But I don't know. Have you ever seen them be kind to their guests? And I don't watch their show all the time. I don't know.
Usually the men. What I'm trying to think, they were nice to. Wasn't Allie on their show? I'm pretty sure Allie was on. They were nice to her, and they were nice to Rebecca Barrett. But they think like them, so I don't know. They were kind. There was one girl. Don't ask me who she was. Some girl they found that was actually pretty based. Like she turned out to be pretty based, and they were kind of like surprised by it, so they were a little bit nicer to her. But
interesting, because I've never seen it. So just knowing that they have a lot potential for a lot of hostility and not
Mhm.
ever seeing them be kind to their
Yeah.
guests. I don't
Yeah,
know.
the
This
guys
is
are
a
red
good.
pill women. Yeah.
Okay. But I don't even think I'm fully red pilled. I'm just mostly red pilled. Say like 80%. Good night, John. 80%, 70%. I don't know.
It just stressed me out. It's a lot of yelling.
I don't want to get into a fight. Okay. I have enough to deal with in my life, and my life. And
It's definitely an attention grabber. That's, I think a lot of it, they do it on purpose because they know it'll get them the clicks, which is fair.
yeah, well, that's their show, and they're doing really well for themselves. So I mean, work that formula, work it out. Would I go on just Pearly things? Technically, I could if I go to the UK.
I heard she was moving back to the States. I don't know if she still is.
I don't know. Well, we'll see. That would be kind of cool to do that if I do go, or if she moves to the States. I don't know which city she plans on moving. Chat if you know. Pop it in the chat. Because I have no idea. I could go on Pearl's channel. I think she the way I've seen her with Zuby and Destiny, who had opposite but like well thought out, and I'd like to think I'm gonna be well thought out explanations, that they would have a civil conversation. Don't hunt drama, it'll find you all on its own.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
for sure. I understand the need for the other side of the coin, but it's glorified Jerry Springer. I used to be obsessed with him, but just burned out. It gets to be really repetitive.
Yeah, it does.
For me, which is like, I will only watch if certain prominent guests go on these shows now, which is how I found Rolo when Fresh and Fit was on Rolo's channel. I was like, oh, Sticky Paws. I know that studio.
Right? I didn't know that in Vegas.
Yeah, and then we had obviously Zuby and Destiny on Pearl's channel. If I knew who Nick Fuentes, I'm sure I would have watched that interview that she had.
I remember her advertising it. She was like, it was weird the way she was hyping it up. She's so awkward.
I would
didn't
have
hear anything about it.
I would have. I always like watching her do reaction videos with Auntie. I think those are more interesting than her pregame. For me, at least.
I like the Auntie videos. They're funny.
Yeah. I am gray. Oh God, I am gray pilled since I'm Asian. Ken, no, you. Well, if you have gray hair, then maybe we can call it gray pill. But I don't think a pill makes your hair gray. Wayne says the Manosphere stuff is just as annoying as feminism. Best just not to listen to any of it, and you'll be happier. I like to. Maybe this is because Gary's and Jeremy's and all those guys' influence. I want to know what's going on both sides of things.
Yeah.
And I think part of being educated in that sense is going to help. One thing I do want to do, and this would be kind of fun, when they say these stats, the stats say this and that. I want to actually find articles and present these articles on these stats. Divorce, who initiates, all this stuff. I did obviously ask this past week, do guys really care about income of their female partners? I say 90% around said no, they don't care. Which is, for me, surprising because, I just never thought of asking, but it just goes to show, at least the people that are around me, that they really don't care. What's this? John? John says all those shows, Fresh and Fit, Pearl, whatever, etc. Every show is the same. Informative for 1 month, then just repetitive. Same types of girls, same questions, same stories. Yes.
Yeah.
I completely agree.
I feel like sometimes the girls get dumber.
Yeah, that's my one thing. They should know what they're getting into. Maybe it's the notoriety that kind of blinds them. They're like, oh my God, I'm going on a podcast where they have like 3 million subs. Crazy. Amazing. And they spew out a lot of the same thing. I will say I like how whatever podcasts shorts and clips are. Yeah. I think they're fun.
That's
they're fun to watch.
What I watch is their clips channel.
It's perfect. It's perfect for the Manosphere, seeing how some women are. And I mean, they put the most salacious clips out there. So, and they find maybe it's a California thing. From what I've heard, California is like a cesspool of, I don't know, but what's the word for California?
Cesspool works.
Cesspool works. Okay, there's just a cesspool that they find some of the most vapid women out there.
Oh my god. Yeah. I think that's a California thing for sure.
Oh, Sean here says, have some kind of job and make a little money. Interesting. So, anyways, I feel like we kind of went on a tangent. It wasn't off the rails completely. It was a bit of a tangent. But we have one more We have one more super chat. Choi for 5 says, I gotta head out of this podcast. I'm still hoping to convince Lauren Leal to appear on Poor Choices. She does have a YouTube channel. Ooh, very cool. Very cool. Well, we will have to see. We have to start getting guests. We'll work on it. Slowly but surely. Slowly but surely. It's fun when they have a woman, with 300 body count, who says body count does not matter.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
when she was what, like 19 or 22? She was a baby.
22.
She was young. She was super young.
Oh my god. To get to 300 at 16, maybe? Let's say 16. Oh my god. One a week? Not, yeah, one a week around. That's.
I know. We need to get Melanie on here too. I wonder if she'd come.
She would. Right now, I think she's in the midst of her moving adventures.
A lot of going on. That's
afterwards. Right. But Cajun Corey, thank you for the $4.99. Much appreciated. And guys, body counts matter. Does she even have any feeling left?
No, 300 people.
Hey, I will say this. I think it is better to have 300 times with one person than 300 times with 300 different people.
That should be on a Hallmark card.
I want to have sex 300 times with just you and not 300 people.
Yeah. I want to have 300 times with you.
At least 300 times. It speaks of love, okay? All right, Tugs, do you have anything coming up that you want to share?
No. Nothing exciting. I'm almost done with The Last of Us, which means I can focus on Hogwarts Legacy.
Ooh, I know you're loving that game.
Potter, we can talk about the new series.
Now, this is a woman we definitely need to have on, Carrie Smith. She would have some great insight, I think, on dating. She's super based. She's from Texas. What's up, my... I love that I learned this line from her. What's up, my knitters?
Oh, jeez. Oh, yeah, and Tomb Raider. Jesus, take the wheel. I've got so many games. I gotta stream more. Stop being so cute and distracting over there.
Hi. All right. So for me, I have Rumble, YouTube, locals. If you want feet stuff, I don't know if that's your jam. There's the OF if you want to find that. Literally only feet stuff. Okay, guys? Nothing else will be in those pictures.
The OF stands for is only feets.
Only feets. And this Sunday is my birthday. I have a ton of streams that we're going to be doing. Warhammer, Sunday Fun Day, Forbidden Frontier. So come find me there. Oh, don't worry. I'm personally, I do not think I don't like feet myself, but I can appreciate nice feet. I don't think I have nice feet, but if you think my feet are great, then, thank you. It's a compliment. No, I'm going to bed because I got work tomorrow. This week is a bit of a crazy week because I got to work a lot in real life.
We're going to be hanging in the chat on your birthday. Maybe I'll scare you on your birthday.
Maybe I should revive my Twitch just so you guys can scare me.
Leave your Discord open. Who knows who's going to pop in?
Oh my God. Thank you, John. Thank you. We're going to celebrate in Vegas anyways. By the way, Vegas, We are going to do a live 4 choices at the Millennium Fended Bar. It won't be at 9 o'clock because by then we'll be too sloshed. But it might do like a little early and do a little live stream. So, yeah.
Unisex shirt, small.
Medium to small, depending on the looseness. Girls shirt, I'm definitely a medium or large.
Yeah, I'm a medium in girls shirts.
Yeah. It really depends on how high or how tall the shirts are. For me, at least.
Hips of mine.
Frick, I hate how tall my torso is.
There's crop tops. Hashtag crop tops.
But if it's not meant to be a crop top, it looks really awkward.
You know what I've been doing with t-shirts and I don't like the way they fit anymore? I've been cutting them into crop tops. It's the best decision I've ever made. Honestly. Yeah. Yeah.
D-Day Direwolf for $2 says stream RE4 remake on Twitch.
I need to. I want to.
I'm refusing. I might play Alien Isolation again. I did like that game. I was sent. Is it The Pale Beyond? Is that a scary game? I also was sent a paranormal PI game.
PI, like private investigator?
Yeah.
I've been playing a game called The Long Dark. A Duke. His gaming stuff, and I was like, I want to play this. It's actually quite interesting for those of you who've not played it. The Long Dark. I don't know if it's on Steam, but it's on console. And you're a guy, and you plane crash with your ex-wife, and like there's aurora lights, and you have to avoid a bear, and you have to survive. And it's like a survival game. So like you have to find clothing and stuff in order to keep yourself warm, and it's snow. You have to hunt. Like,
survival.
It's crazy. Yeah, it's cool. It's really cool.
Awesome.
I'm falling in love with it. So
wow. So you guys, if you guys really want, maybe I should revive my Twitch channel just for my birthday. Or maybe I'll do it on Saturday, like a pre-birthday stream. Because I have Sunday Fun Day, so I was just gonna play Conan all day.
Listen here, you nasty. They call it that because it's like that takes place in Canada, by the way. And the nighttime in this little area that you're in is like what, a 12-hour, 16-hour night? Like it's a long night. That's why they call it the Long Dark.
I mean, when you said that, I did think it. I just didn't say it that time.
The nasties.
What's this? Got a fancy new Xbox to play on now. What?
Yeah.
What you have, girl? You get the new one?
Look, listen, begrudgingly, I didn't want to, but Duke's awesome.
Oh.
I guess I'll keep him.
Such a sweetie pie. Such a sweetie pie. But guys, thank you so much for hanging out with us. This was a fun one. Next week, what do we got next week? Oh, we're not in Vegas next week. Oh my God. 2 weeks after. Keep that in mind, okay? I have no idea what time we're going to go live. We're going to go live, okay? Hope you guys have a very good evening. Thank you, and we will see you guys next time. Bye.